Hi, it's Andy with Nioxus Corporation. In this class, we're going to talk about an optional feature in our inventory module, and that is the opportunity to set up multiple inventory storage locations. An inventory storage location can be a fixed location like a lot or a warehouse, or it can be a mobile location like a truck. Some locations you might own, other locations might be owned by other people who are storing your inventory. Maybe you're consigning inventory to someone who stores it in their warehouse. They own the location, you own the inventory. You have lots of options in setting up your locations, but locations are used in many different modules within the Ninox ERP solution. So they're not necessarily just part of inventory. To set these locations up, we're going to go to the Office menu, select Utilities, and go to Business Locations. Inventory locations are very, very flexible, starting with how you name them. We're now using the generic names of locations, an area within that location, spaces within an area, and positions within a space. Maybe you are an automobile or vehicle dealer, where instead of the word location, you might want to use lot. And within your lot, and each dealership is a different lot, you might have a new car, a pre-owned, and a commercial vehicle area. And within areas, you might have individually and uniquely numbered parking spaces. You may not need that fourth position capability. So inventory locations can be as simple as one single location, or you have the option to subdivide those locations into areas, optionally subdivide the areas into spaces, and optionally subdivide the spaces into positions. And remember the vocabulary, the lexicon, location, area, space, position. This also can be customized to meet the specific and unique needs and requirements of your particular business. Now, when setting up these inventory locations, we start from the top down. I'll click Add New to create a new location. And here we see a 3-level location definition, and we see instead of the words area and spaces, we have areas and shelves. Sometimes this is generically referred to as racking and stacking, but the concept is we store things, we store them in many different places. We need to be able to identify what is where, how many are there, and we might need to move them from one location to another. If I wanted to set up a new location, I click Location, and I would give this a location code. Maybe this is going to be Warehouse C, and the location is Warehouse C. You might have locations that are warehouses. You might consign inventory to internal or outside sales reps. We've talked about consigned inventories. Maybe you have vendors who sell on your behalf and they have your inventory. As I mentioned, inventory locations might be mobile or any other type of space where we keep our products. You then can subdivide optionally this location. Right now we call those subdivisions areas. I can create an area in Warehouse C called Area A. And finally, Area C. So here we've subdivided this one warehouse location into 3 areas. Area A might have 4 shelves in that area, A1 through A4. So now we have chosen the option to subdivide the area. And maybe each shelf, each rack in the area has multiple spaces. For instance, in shelf A4, we might have space 1 and finally space 3. So when we go back to our control panel, we see this new Warehouse C right here. Within the warehouse, we have 3 areas, A, B, and C. Here is Warehouse C, and here are the shelves, A1 through A4, within Area A of Warehouse C. And then, of course, we might have different spaces in area A4. Once you have defined your locations, we then can go into inventory and we can note the quantity of an item that is stored in that location. Maybe we have an inventory of 1,000 items with 400 items in location A, 100 in location B, and 250 each in locations C and D. So once you have defined your locations, you have the ability to track how many of each item you have in each location. Locations are also very helpful if you are storing other people's inventory. Maybe you are a wholesaler and multiple suppliers consign inventory to you. You have one warehouse, but that warehouse is subdivided into different areas for the products of each of your unique and individual suppliers. Inventory locations are very flexible. You can name them and define them as you see fit and as your inventory demands. And all of that can be done here under Utilities, Business Locations.